Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in the Kingdom of Thornwood. We're going to be continuing where we left off. We had just defeated the crab in our playthrough of version 1.51 of Shining in the Darkness, Darkness Edition. And yeah, we're going to be heading towards the Trial of Strength. We just outfitted our new party members and we're ready to face those trials. We're going to keep on the lookout for anything that's changed since the version was updated, and yeah. We're getting herbs along the way, which will help us go a little further, but we don't really have much armor on our characters yet, so we're probably going to get turned around a little bit into it. But the second run through might make it decently. Hello, Crab. The only one here in danger is Milo. I think I'm gonna have him actually defend. Probably a solid choice. So these guys have double attack. I'm gonna make sure that's what I have written. Yep. So they can also cast Freeze level 2. I'm just gonna keep Milo defending because, like, he doesn't have the defense to deal with direct attacks, unfortunately. I am gonna take a chance and heal with him. Yeah, that chance didn't work out well for him. Oh well. We're still gonna probably win. But, we're gonna have to go back and raise Milo up. Poor Milo. But on a positive note, that did give us the gold needed to actually get him armor. So, yay? So, I guess that's a silver lining. And by armor, I mean shield, because he already has a piece of armor on, so. Actually, it's not quite enough to get him one. It's close, though. Because the leather shield is 300, so yeah, we can't quite get it. My calculations were based on not the fees, so I guess there's that. But we will get the money soon. Poor Milo, so neglected. Alright, we try again. Now there is a chance that the mod developer also took my ideas in for the Axes line and gave them critical hit chance as well. Kind of like set them out as unique. Like I said, I didn't get a detailed breakdown of exactly what was different. But we'll keep an eye out. If this axe does more critical hits, then I'll probably guess that that was the case. But like these wisdom seed that we found will probably help us get better equipment. So we're just basically gonna walk out now and sell that and get some defense for Milo. So the scavengers can cast level 2 blaze, so we're gonna try to take these guys out before they do too much to us. And I think we're squeaking by without that being a problem. We do have an awful lot of herbs. But that's fine. It's a self-solving problem. We'll just use them along the way instead of heals. But I'm not going to try to go real far into that till I have at least some basic equipment for poor Milo. So one thing we're going to get for him is a shield. So we're going to get him a leather shield. We are going to see how much this is. Yeah, we're not going to deal with that right away. We're going to get him a helmet. We're going to upgrade to the next level, the woven helm. So we are also going to upgrade the main character's shield. Okay, so that should be good for now. We're going to equip all that. And that puts everyone at about 55, so they're on parity with each other. We're gonna heal up and then head in. And we'll give it a quick save real quick just to get that sorted. Well, they keep handing us herbs. So, I guess it's a quality problem. So I'm actually not gonna open any of the chests in the first part of the dungeon because I want to keep the chest beaks alive for future experimentation. We don't really need any of the treasure in there anyway. It's not any better than what we currently have. So they cast level 1 quick. I don't think they did that before. I never had it written for them, so I guess that was something added for them. It doesn't affect us. What didn't affect us? What did it try to do to me? Now I am interested in what status ailment it was giving us. That's got me very, very intrigued. Yep, so these guys still do blaze. So I'm not gonna open this chest. This chest is definitely a chest peak. So what I know about the Dark Carpets from my first time is that they do almost always cast spells. They didn't have an attack, from what I could tell. They only ever casted. That so far seems correct. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna map all the squares. So yeah, I want to see what these guys actually use as a status ailment, because it said that something didn't affect me when it attacked. So my first playthrough, I noted that the Neanderthals didn't do anything, so I wonder what they do now. But I'm gonna guess they were probably given something like the other monkeys. Maybe they've got a critical hit and stuff like that. They probably yell. Yelling would make sense, getting their friends involved. That would make sense. Actually, you know what, let's keep using our herbs. We still have a lot of them. They're literally all over our inventory. How are we doing? Nope, don't need to use another one yet. We'll do that in a while. I'm gonna see like if it does something if I let it attack. Like, what status ailment were you gonna use? Let's just defend for a little bit. Are you gonna run? Okay. Huh. Yep, they can howl for help. I suspected that. Okay, let's put that in the list. They also hit decently hard, so that's something else they got going for them. If they critical hit it, it could be a little dangerous, actually. But they probably do. Just based on the fact that the first ones were changed. Yep, see, this is, I think, the only thing they can do is cast Blaze. It does make them pretty dangerous. At least other spellcasters have a chance to physically attack, so that breaks up what they do a little bit. Huh. Hello, Cave Goblin. Well, we know they're going to cast magic, but it's only on one character, so I'd actually rather take out the scavenger still. But, the other guys are definitely also problems. Well, there's your critical hit. Yeah, did it. And I already had that written down for them, so that's not new, it's just something they can do. This has the potential to be pretty painful if we're not careful. Yep, definitely didn't feel good, but we survived. What kind of gold are we looking at? 1400? that hurt. Oh, well, that wasn't good for us. I guess that was just in time for us, because I guess we're leaving. Okay, so what we can do is take a nap with the two of us. Resurrect our poor hero. What do we have going on in our equipment? So, there are a few things that we have as options. So the main thing I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to buy... I'm gonna buy a main Gosh. And I'm going to give that to... Do I think that would let him actually kill anything? Yeah, it might. I'm gonna give it to Milo. That should raise his attack enough to maybe actually kill some enemies. That's gonna give him another 18 attack, as well as a little bit more defense. So now we can drop this off here. So then we can look at armor and see what we can upgrade for. So our main character is using the woven robe, so we might be able to just squeak by with the fur robe for a little bit. That might be the current play. So we're gonna do a little bit of musical chairs, because like the woven robe I'm pretty sure Milo can also use, so we're just gonna shuffle our stuff around a little. So yeah, we're gonna put on this. And we're gonna put this on, which is a little bit of an increase, and we're gonna sell that cotton robe. Okay, and then we're gonna head once more into the breach. We're gonna hopefully make it at least halfway through it this time, but it doesn't really matter where we get to. Yep, see, that let him actually kill some of them without too much trouble. Yep, here's that freeze too, after all. Good for you, Mr. Crab. You did it. So we're not gonna have to map out those areas I already did, so it'll be a little faster to backtrack to where we were at. Nope, there's the critical hit, and I did theorize they had that. We can put that in for their list of activities. That was what I expected. Fantastic. Look at you, you get to do them more regularly. Nice. Good for you. Hello, Widowfangs. What do you have going on? The only thing I have written down that they can do is poison hit, so if they do anything other than that, that'll be new. I still want to see what that status ailment that they did is. I'll give them a chance. Show us what you got. Hopefully it's not just casting this over and over again. So far that seems to be what you want to do. Be pretty cool if you showed us. What status ailment did it try to give me? It's like it did an attack and it said did not take. Like basically it said that whatever it tried to do didn't work. So I was like, huh. I never seen that message on an attack. So I wanted to see what would happen if it did work. Well, there's an item to sell at least. It doesn't affect Pyra. That might be Muddle. That sounds like the effect that Muddle might give, actually. So they might be trying to muddle me. Or it's Dissoul. It's either Dissoul or Muddle, but why would they have Dissoul? I've never seen Desoul on an attack, so I don't think it is. That is interesting, though. If they did a little less damage to me, I would just sit there with like 3 or 4 of them and like defend and see like what happened. So. If I haven't gotten an answer, but by the time I try the next trial, I might give that a shot. They would be on the way, potentially. Hello, Crab. So frosty. Yep, still said it didn't affect me. It's another bronze knife. How's our inventory's looking? Kinda jacked, but we still got room. At least it's a lot of stuff to sell. We'll keep giving them a chance to show us what they got. Yeah, so far it hasn't hit anyone, although it's tried a few times. So either it's not something that can be added to an attack, or I'm just getting lucky. Since I don't know exactly which effect it is, I don't have a way of actually determining that. And now we move down to some of the more problematic enemies, so... Fortunately, they aren't in our party now, but yeah, those worms are a real something. Triclops. Yeah. How are we looking for gold? Well, we got more than last time. We'll be able to get some decent stuff if we get sent back. Hello, Triclops. You're gonna be a problem. I already know it. Yep. Well, that is most of this little underground area sorted out, so... At least we can get out of here and we'll be able to do more of the level without facing too many more of these guys, hopefully. They do come showing up at the end of the zone anyway. Yeah, they are real annoying. They do definitely cut your run short. Hey, Leather Robe, that's an upgrade for Milo. Let's make sure he's got it. I mean, it's not the hugest upgrade, but it's something. That'll give us another 13, so they will at least have a better chance of not taking as much damage. They'll at least be on par with Pyra a little better. So about the only thing you can do to mitigate what happens with those guys is to use up all the mana on one of your two spellcasters, so they waste half their turns. Hey there, pumpkins. These guys were too fast to actually do anything to last time, so they spend all their turns running away. So, probably like last time, I won't even get to find out what they give. Hey, another leather robe. Okay. That one's gonna be an upgrade for Pyra now. Look at that. 3 upgrades. Why not? That'll save some gold. Now if I save enough money, I'm gonna actually end up buying something like the whip. Oh boy, look at you doing that. So the whip is 5,000, so we might actually have nearly enough money to do it if I sell all the junk we got, so... We're not quite there though. I think we're gonna probably be like a couple hundred short of it, so we might as well just keep going till whenever we get forced out. And hopefully that'll give us enough of what we need. Well, that'll help, I guess. Each one of those is 75 more gold. Oh, we went backwards, okay. I understand. We got turned around at some point. Understood. It's fine, we weren't gonna actually be able to finish this run anyway, at least the way it was going. Look at you with all your critical hits. Kinda wish you didn't. I didn't have that written down for them though, so these guys can do critical hits, which I suspected anyway. So it was either added to them, or they just didn't do it before. I guess there's no way for me to easily determine which is the case, but it is noted that they can do it for sure now. Hello, monkeys. There's a lot of you. That's okay. We like Monkey. Look at you. So much howling. Look at that, monkeys. There's so many of you. It's like we were here just a turn ago. If you want to keep refilling it, we'll just keep fighting monkeys for a while. No? You don't want to keep filling yourselves up? Tragic. Hello, spiders. Now, the only thing I got written for you is that you can do poison on hit. So far, you don't show anything else. Look at that, you did the poison thing. We're proud of you. We do have a couple of depoisons, so at least that's not a problem currently. Look at you giving me a healer fruit. Look at you poisoning me again. What a bunch of assholes. Well, we do have more depoison, so there we go. Doesn't mean they're not assholes, though. Okay. Look at you, more critical hits. You did it. So this just leads our way to a treasure that we're not going to actually pick up, but I want to put on the map. That is a lot of monkeys again. It does like its monkeys. Hello, monkeys. Well, we are certainly running a little low on MP, but we're still struggling through our way through, so we're not gonna give up yet. Where is this layer facing? Yep. I think this one's progression, so we're gonna go this way instead. I think this is just treasure, so we're not gonna pick it up, but we're gonna map it. Yep, there you go. Alright, someone got poisoned. We do still have one more to poison, so let's cure that up. We're gonna heal up a bit. Hello, Triclops. You're still gonna be a problem, I'm sure. Well, you decided not to be. Thank you. And everyone else decided to just miss, so that's convenient. Well, I guess I couldn't hold up, but they're still trying to miss. Works for me. This is probably about the halfway point, if not a little bit more. I still don't think there's much chance of us actually, like, completing it without leaving and getting better stuff, so... That's currently where we're at. We're gonna get forced out soon anyway. One more, like, mana drain or something like that, and we won't have the mana to get out without the angel feathers, so... Hello, Skeletor. You're new for this run. Goodbye, Skeletors. We'll miss your dumb green faces. Yep, these guys still want to show up. Yep, I knew they were gonna do it. Yep. Well, we are almost at the point where we don't have any more MP to take, so it really doesn't matter. Fortunately, we do have an angel feather, so that's still an option. I still don't think there's a chance we can hit these guys, so while I'll try, I don't expect it. I don't know if the Skeletars got anything new, but the only thing that they could do before was do poison on hit, so if they do anything else, that'll be news. Look at you poisoning us. So basically we're gonna finish fighting in this room and then we're gonna leave and go heal up. But I want to explore this little area of nooks and nonsense, and then that way at least we'll be able to pass right through it next time. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna do anything for you, but you can keep trying. Hello, Crab. Welcome back. If they get some lucky casts of freeze, we'll be ducking out of here faster. But that's not what they decided to do, so... Goodbye, Mr. Crab. You guys are gonna run, I bet. Sure did. Okay, that has this room largely sorted out. Yep, these people are definitely gonna try to run. And I stubbornly made it to the end of the room. So yeah, we're going to skedaddle with our angel feather. Sell off all of our goodies and then see what we got. I'm going to definitely heal first. Now if we can reach to 9,000, we'll be able to buy both the better sword and the better whip. Now each of our weapons are worth 750, so it actually only have to reach to 7,500. So I think that's pretty possible, so let's see what happens when we do that. Oh, look at you selling me the spear. Nope. So we are going to buy the Thorn Whip. Pyra's gonna put this on. So that's just straight up gonna be a boost of another 5. Was 45 what that added? Let us take a look. Did this get changed? I feel like this is a little different. Nope, 45 is right. Okay, so this is what I remember. But this will hit everyone in a group, so there you go. We're gonna sell our saber. So yeah, we need another 750 to buy that. So we were pretty close. Honestly, we may end up popping in and out to get that. The one thing we are going to want is another angel feather regardless. Because that's our emergency get out if we run out of mana. Yep, so we don't really need that, unfortunately. Thank you for offering it though. No, that's right. We will just detox ourselves. It's not worth going back to the priest for. As long as we reach the 3250, we can afford it. Yeah, the most likely thing to happen now is that Pyra just smokes most of the groups by herself, which is pretty funny. I mean, honestly, we are probably strong enough to beat the cave now anyway, so I'm gonna actually just push through. It does keep wanting to give us herbs though, which should make it a little cheaper, but... it's still gonna depend on not getting too many of those dang Triclops. But like this place is actually not as big if you just go the right way. So it won't take us too long to get back where we're at. Look at you just double casting. Who asked you to do that to us? Hello, extra monkey, what's going on? Not much, you dead? Tragic. Well, it doesn't matter how many monkeys you summon now, they're pretty much all just gonna die, so... we got a healer fruit, that'll help a little bit. We are most of the way back to where we were at, so... just have a little bit more to mosey through and we'll largely have this area sorted out. And when we get back to town, we should be able to have our Morning Star. And there's a second one to find when we get to the next dungeon, so both Milo and the main character will be all set for that for a while. Then we can focus on defense. Although the first bit of defense we're going to buy is going to be a Madu for Pyra. But what we did just get was an upgrade, so this battle axe is actually an upgrade for Milo. So yeah, we're gonna gain another 15 attack. Cool beans. Hello, Skeletars. You're nice and green today. You poison us, that is what you do. Hello, Triclops. Feel free to not be a problem if you so desire. Oh good, we can mostly kill them. Fantastic. Goodbye, Triclops. Hello, Killwave. I don't know if you gained anything new. Last time I thought you were a little, unfortunately easy. Your EXP and gold are the same. So you didn't actually do anything, so I'm gonna do a defensive round or two to see if anything's changed. So you attack. You can go twice. Is that on the list? Yep, I did have double attack and freeze level 2, so at least you had some things you could do, so maybe you did not have that problem like I thought. So. Alright, goodbye, Killwave. So that mini-boss is actually pretty decent. So this actually leads towards Gilla, and we're not going to rescue him. We're saving him for a different adventure. This big area is a little bit of a pain to map, but it won't take very long. Oh, you absolute buffoons, you ran right into my ambush. Goodbye, Skeletars. I'd say you're dead, but you actually are already dead, so it doesn't change anything. Which places have I been to? That much. Okay, yeah, so then we go up the middle, and that leads towards the last bit of this area. Hi, Triclops. You don't really need to prove yourself. I believe you can do it. You too. Unfortunate. I guess they're less of a problem than they were last time, because we do mostly kill them before they do get that chance. These guys are gonna run from us no matter what we want. Goodbye, pumpkin heads. Hello, Violuses. We haven't seen you so far. Hey, another leather robe. We can sell that for some cash. Yep, so we did this side. We're gonna go down here and check out the middle. The progression is actually in that other hallway, so anything we do here is just extra on top of it. So mostly these guys just cast sleeping, huh? That's all I noted of them, is that they like to put people to sleep. Hello, pumpkins. You're gonna run away again. Oh no, I got hidden. Look at you, critical hitting. I don't think you did that before. I think you got tweaked. Maybe the pumpkins got tweaked a little bit to be slower. I also haven't noticed them using the warily move yet, so they didn't do that so far. We can write down that Skeletars can also critical hit on top of poisoning. So that is something we didn't experience last time. No, you don't have to surprise us. You could just be normal. I'd accept it. Well, that should be that whole room sorted. Yeah, who's poisoned? Was it nobody? I swear I saw poison. Oh well. Hello there, Pumpkinheads. I think they might have been made a little slower so we have a chance of attacking at least. We don't unfortunately do enough damage to actually kill them at this point. But if we get a chance to, we will buy a Madu as well for Pyra, and that will probably work. So we need 4,000 for the Morning Star. We need 4,500 for the Madu. Look at that, we get to see what it gives. 150 and 60. Look at that, we got an entry finally. That's pretty good. That does put them basically above everything else in the dungeon for sure. Other than the chest beaks. Actually, they are... Let's take a look at this. So they give better than the kill wave. And the EXP is better than both the Kaiser Crab and chest beak, but the gold is not, so... I guess by this token they do deserve to be at the hardest point. There we go. And the item that they drop would be Iron Helm, which would save us some gold if we had gotten it. So it might be worth actually killing a fair bit of them once we get the Madu to get that and save some money. It does seem that at least she's on the cusp of actually being able to attack them somewhat consistently, even if she's not currently killing them with normal attacks. Or that does at least give her a chance of doing something about it. Now we didn't get turned around, did we? Let's make sure. Nope, we did not. Good. Oh yeah, this room. This room is just a loop around. I will say if these axes do give increased critical hits, it's not significant enough to really determine immediately, so it's pretty subtle if that is what's going on. We are almost right around the corner from the end of the level. Then we can spend a little bit of our time to just try to get the entryway leading up to the next trial clear, and then I will probably save it and call it a stream. We've been going for a while, and we got the trial done, so that was my goal. Here we go. We did it. So we did do that about 45 minutes faster than the original time, so that was definitely an improvement in speed. Yep, I knew you could do that, so that's not news. I'm just checking my list to see what's going on. Yep. Cool. I was just looking to see if there was any enemies worth chasing after. I guess just the Iron Helm would be really useful. There's a Morning Star back here, and I believe the smelling salts, so that's our goal. So we are gonna get a damage boost back on this side shortly. Look at you poisoning people. And level 2 blast. Did you have that in my list? You do, in fact, have that in my list. That does do a good amount of damage. That is a thing you can do. Let us heal people up. We are going to be out of MP soon, but we do still have the Angel Feather, which can get us out without too much trouble, so It's not a real problem. But we're basically gonna use up most of our MP just to heal up. And whenever we run low on HP, we're just gonna return, so. And that's right, we do have some herbs, don't we? So this is gonna lower our weapon damage, but it's gonna let us hit every target, so it's still worth it. Oh, who's poisoned? It's you? Alright, wrong person. Oh well, there's a little bit of MP gone. Who wants to be stuck here forever anyway, though? So we're at 7,500 gold. That will let us get most of what I want. Doesn't really give us a lot to get anything for the other characters, but it is definitely enough to get most people something. Gonna get a Madu for Pyra, and I'm gonna get the Morning Star for Milo. Anything left over will be spent on armor. But we're not really gonna step like foot into it anyway, so we're not rushing our way towards the entrance. We're just mapping it out. Especially this back area section where I don't want to come back to, because it's behind the green sludge. The only thing I had written down for these guys is that they can put us to sleep, so let's see what else they have, if anything. Doesn't seem like much. I don't really need to put everyone to sleep. But I can heal you up at least. That'll give us leeway. We're just swapping people asleep. Well, it's gonna take care of most of them. That took a little bit more than I wanted it to, but we're still surviving. Let's use up our herbs and stuff. So we got a healer fruits. We got herbs for them. Yeah, they're pretty much topped off, so we'll see what else we got left. We'll explore this other corner. So killer gnomes were a problem from what I wrote down. They can howl, they could freeze level 2, they could heal level 2, and they had the opportunity to attack twice. So these guys were a real potential issue. Let's see if they've been changed at all, but yeah. We still have the freeze. Definitely liking their freeze, that's for darn sure. Well, it's definitely coming down to the wire, so we're gonna hope for the best and map out this last little bit. We did it. Alright. Let's skedaddle out of here with the angel feather and do our cleanup. Okay, so we're gonna sell this off. Get rid of our old saber, we don't need this. We don't need our short axe. We don't need the second leather. Or this bronze knife. So we're trimmed on equipment so far. We're gonna have to leave a few times till it offers us the Morning Star. It is just a random chance that he does. I don't think it's already in the lineup, so let's take a peek. Oh no, it is. We already got it here, never mind. So we are gonna just buy it. So you're gonna go to Milo. We're going to sell your axe, which will give us a good amount of money actually. This is actually gonna give us a decent amount towards something else. So let's slap those bad Larrys on. You're gonna put that. So now everyone can attack a group. We are going to buy another one of the angel feathers. Just so we can have it. Well, that's actually more expensive than normal. Interesting. So we are going to buy a Madu for Pyra. Look at you offering me this the shield. Okay, let's put this on. So this is just gonna straight up make her do a ton more damage and have more defense. How is our stats looking? Like that. We can't quite afford another one, but that will happen soon. We're gonna buy one for both of our characters here. But one thing we can do in the meantime is we can do the next best thing. Wait, do we have one? Let's take a look at something. No, okay. So we're going to actually go back in and we're going to buy another Madu. Not Madu, main Gosh. And give that to the hero. us sell our shield. So the Madu would only give us a little bit more attack, but it would give us a lot more defense, so that's the real reason to switch up, is that it would be a defense increase more than an offense one, but it would still raise our offense as well a little bit more. I think it's 7 more points. But this is going to pair really well with our multi-hit stuff, so... I mean, Milo is lagging a little bit behind everyone else, but I mean, we're still gonna do a pretty good group damage. So let's give ourselves a full heal now and save the game. Okay. Well, fantastic. We've made it most of the way back to where we were at. We're halfway towards the progress I'd had before I restarted with the new version. So yeah, we're gonna have like probably 2 more streams to get back there. But we have most of the equipment we need, so I actually suspect that it'll take almost no time. So yeah, thank you for checking this out if you do. This should be a lot more streamlined than the first playthrough, and I hope you all take care. Bye-bye now.